What's going on? She's Disney here, and we're going to be playing League 6 Demonic Relics. We have one goal in mind, and that is to get the Dragon Tier Cup. If you look here, we played 3 different leagues, all coming up short of the Dragon Cup. I don't know about you, but this isn't impressive. This is a little more impressive. This is just depression. Mithril, Addy, and Rune. We need a Dragon Cup. So this league, our entire focus is just that. PC, mobile, doesn't matter. We're just going to be trying to grind as much as possible. That being said, let's go get us a Dragon Cup. If you haven't checked out last episode, we basically just followed Foe's League 6 starter guide and got us all the way to where we are now. So, if you're looking for a guide to follow, definitely follow that. That being said, let's go ahead and get into the episode. Gonna start by getting ourselves a house. And that is a 10-point league task. Nice, that's a task to obtain a clue geode while mining. That is a task to enter your player-owned house. As a task to clean a grimy Aventoke. That is a task to smelt a steel bar. Where we're just gonna build an additional garden. That is another task to build a room in your player-owned house. Right in here, just gonna grab a myth and Addy scimitar. Alright, and while we're here, I think we're gonna top off. We need a good amount of fire runes, to be honest. I think that should be good. Nice, we just hit 30 attack, and with that, we have another task to equip an adamant weapon. There's also a task to equip a rune weapon. And a task to fletch 150 iron arrows. There's a task to equip full adamant set. Nice, that's a task to reach 1000 total level. Nice, another task done. Chop 100 U-logs. Nice, that's a task to complete the ritual forestry event. Nice, and that's a task to burn 100 U-logs. Nice, this completes Ribboning Tail. Also get 2k woodcutting XP. And also access to a hardwood farming patch. You always find the lucky impling when you can't catch it, huh? I can already tell this is gonna be a task that's gonna give me a hard time one day. Nice, got our first level 90, and that is 90 magic. Nice, and that's a task to catch 200 implings in Pure Pure. Alright, let's see if we can get in here or not. We don't need much, we just need one. Nice, and that's a task to catch a jerboa. Nice, and that's a task to steal a house key. We're gonna go ahead pick up a very first hunter rumor. Alright. We need to go to the jerboas. Nice, we got the large jerboa tail. Nice, and that's a task to complete a hunter rumor. Guess we're just gonna open this. Uh, Nice, that's a test to mine 250 plus bone shards. It's actually really good. And we also got a task to use protect from melee prayer, as well as another demonic pact. Think we're gonna go with 30% overheal. Right, I think we're gonna try to do some beginner clues to get collection log slots. Oh, says you need more regions. That's a test to steal 25 valuables. And there's a test to steal 100 valuables. Alright. And after getting 7 house keys, we ended up with just under 600 valuables. And it's high oaks for 16k, but let's see how much it costs when we trade it. 32k, almost 33. So that's actually pretty decent. Right, we're just AFKing our Slayer task. Actually, a really nice task to get early on. Just gonna be doing melees. Hopefully, get our defense up a little bit. Nice, that was a task to reach level 75 combat. Nice, that's a task to achieve our first level 95. We get 200 points for that. And that also gave us our 5th relic. So I think we're gonna go head off to the bank and come back here. Right, and if we go into our relics here, we're gonna be picking Larcenous. We also get a XP multiplier from 8 to 12x. Nice, that's a task to complete Slayer task. There's a task to smith 10 steel bolts unfinished. There's also a task to bury some wyvern or dragon bones for 30 points. Nice, and another piece dropped to the floor. Let's go turn this in. This XP is pretty decent. Gained about 10 levels from 2 rumors. Let's see the hunter's loot set. Okay, we got some Quetzal feed, bless shards. Definitely take those. Nice. Once again, have our black butterfly wing. Quickly, we are gonna set up a trap to try to catch a pirate fox, and that is a task to catch a pirate fox for 30 points. And once again, okay, got some Quetzal feet again. And alongside the back of this, there's a cave, and I'm pretty sure if we enter here, should be a task. Nice. Enter a dark cave in Valamore, 30 points. Nice, this completes Death on the Isle, giving us 10k thieving, 7.5k agility, 5k crafting, ability to use a costume needle. Now we have 68 thieving, 54 agility, and 71 crafting. Pretty decent quest for XP, not gonna lie. And there's another task to steal 15 house keys. Right, we also just picked up 10 easy clue scrolls, so I think we're gonna try to do at least one of these. Nice, got ourselves the casket. Good luck to us. Pretty much nothing. I guess iron plate legs trimmed. Not the best, but we'll take it. 2 league tasks as well. There's also a task to make a 4-dose potion, as well as a task to drink a strength potion. There's also a task to cut a red topaz. Nice. There's a task complete for 10 laps at the Valmore agility course. I think we're just going to go ahead and buy Emlace packs with our termites. There's also a task to clean a 100 Grammy Aventote. There's also a task to equip the Willow Shield. And a task to inspect a green flame. And a task to pickpocket a Knight of Elmore 20 times. Oh, finally we got one. I've been chopping trees since like day 1 in this area, so I've gotten 78 wood cutting and no int seed. But now we do, so if we can find ourselves an ant. Usually there's one running around here. Here's one. Let's go ahead and use this on him. And there's a task to exchange an int seed with an int. 30 points. Right, here we are. I think it's finally time to upgrade our axe. So we're just gonna be here hoping to get a rune axe. Pretty sure this is gonna be a task to save Molly. Nice, and just like that, another 30-point task. Oh, it's real, man, it's real. If you look here, 84 KC. Finally got ourselves a rune axe. There's a task to chop some logs with a rune axe. That is another task to make a attack potion. Alright, this is our gear setup for Huey. We just need 1 kill, so gonna grab some food and let's get after it. Nice. That completes that task. To defeat Huey 1 time. We also receive a demonic pact. And I think we're gonna go 30% chance to regenerate runes, ammo, and charges. As a task to steal from the Fortis Spice Stall. Nice. That's a test to smith a steel 2H. Nice. That's a test to pay an urchin for information. And that is a test to mine a shooting star. 80 points. And that is a test to defeat a steel dragon in Kramja. Nice. We just hit level 99 magic. Also, just noticed we have a demonic pack point to use, so I think we're gonna spend this on 1% magic damage. Nice. These butterfly tasks are really fast. Let's see, what did we get? Okay, bone shards are good. Jerboas were pretty nice, not gonna lie. And back to snowy nights. Let's see. Another Quetzal feed. These tasks are actually like super fast. Oh, nice. Red Chinchampas. And we're also 69 Hunter. More bone shards. Right, and over 100 chins later, we finally got the piece. Do we get the whistle? No. Nice, that's a task to reach 1250 total level. Back to red chins. And as a task to complete 10 Hunter Rumors. Honestly, was having a pretty enjoyable time just going through chins and then Jerboas and then snowy nights. Like this block task setup is pretty nice. Also level 75 Hunter. Right after a little bit of thought, we're definitely just gonna stay here until we get a Quetzal whistle. This Hunter XP is actually pretty solid too. Right, now that we have a snowy night task on him, we're gonna be doing expert tasks. Right, we got a sunlight antelope task. I think we're gonna, yeah, toss this on prayer. Redemption. Good luck. Oh, got a guild hunter headwear. I'll actually wear that. Alright, what do we get here? Oh, yes, we do get the Quetzal whistle. There's a lot of items, not gonna lie. Didn't even realize once you hit 10 hunter rumors, you can get a Quetzal blueprint from this guy. And we can just go ahead and craft our basic Quetzal. That's a 30-point task. And we can also upgrade, and now we have our enhanced Quetzal whistle. Right, with some raw pirate fox, we should be able to put some charges in here. And just like that, we have 20. It's gonna be nice being able to teleport like directly back here. It just saves a little bit of time.